Amado has finally confirmed the Otsutsuki connection of the cyborg siblings, and it seems like an old theory of mine has turned semi-true. But what if I told you that Eida and Daemon's Otsutsuki origin was being foreshadowed from a very long time? So let's break down the possible connection between the cyborg duo and the broken panels. The introduction of these new characters has been a roller coaster for the plot since their debut. Amado, who believed that the extra Kara cyborgs have been disbanded, was left completely speechless when Eida appeared as an ally of Code. The greater bad news was Aida's sibling Daemon, whose abilities are more broken than any character we have seen before. But they do have a flaw, and we will discuss that at the end of the video. As the duo has surpassed the main antagonist of this arc in terms of power levels, their decision to switch sides has granted Konoha an upper hand in this war. However, many people believe that these characters will lose their limelight sometime later in the ongoing arc, as Code's attack is gonna be merciless and he won't leave a stone unturned to avenge his disgrace. The phantom army that he has come up with is a subtle proof of this. But before discussing whether or not the siblings will sustain the upcoming war, let's go through the topic that's rarely discussed in the community: the origin of Eida and Daemon. The reason not so many people give their opinion on this topic is due to the insufficient information regarding the backstory of the duo. However, in chapter 74, Amado classified them as Otsutsukis, giving us a vital puzzle piece to solve their origin mystery. So let us get deep into some possible connection of the duo with some other Otsutsuki stuff that we have seen in the series. The destroyed Otsutsuki panels in Ten Tails Dimension could have something to do with the broken duo, and here are 3 reasons explaining why I think so. The most obvious one is that both the panels of the Otsutsuki duo had been disrupted, and since the most mysterious characters are also introduced as a pair, this enhances the chances of their connection by a slight percentage. Secondly, as I have mentioned in my Jogan videos, that the writers could soon be opening many doors to introduce some new Otsutsuki plot in the story. All the mysteries of this mysterious clan need to be solved before the ultimate end of the series, and with the introduction of a brand new duo who are related to this clan, they are just forming ways to conclude the story. It would be a really great plot twist if Eida and Daemon would actually have some connection with these tablets, and it could turn out to be one of the biggest foreshadowings of the Boruto series. Finally, the third reason that I think could prove to be a solid hint for this connection actually comes from a long theory that I read somewhere online. I have summarized it for this video with my own interesting take, so hear me out. If the sibling duo actually has some ties with the missing Otsutsukis, then chances are their powers originally belong to those celestial beings. And what if I told you there was a character in Naruto Shippuden whose powers are somewhat similar to Daemon? I'm talking about Hidan and his curse technique that can reflect any amount of inflicted pain back to its opponent. This technique makes Hidan a living voodoo doll, and he was able to kill Asuma with it as well. This curse technique is the primary method of Hidan to kill his opponents under Jashinism. And this is where things get interesting. It's very likely that the mysterious being worshipped by Hidan, namely Jashin, was the one who developed this fatal technique. He even draws the symbol of Jashinism before performing the ritual required for this technique, and this symbol is way too similar to the symbol that Amado uses under his cyborg capsule. Amado is the one responsible for turning Eida and Daemon into semi-Otsutsukis, and if this theory turns out to be right, then we can conclude that one of the missing Otsutsukis was Jashin, the god of Hidan, and Amado somehow obtained his powers and modified Daemon into an undefeatable warrior. It seems like the two mysterious Otsutsukis had landed on Earth before Ishiki and Kaguya. We still don't have enough information to theorize what exactly happened with the Otsutsuki whose powers have been extracted into Aida's body. But what we do know is that Jashin Otsutsuki had his own dojutsu that became the Kekkai Genkai of the Chinoiki clan. And before diving into the most interesting part of the theory, subscribe as we are very close to hitting a big milestone on this channel. The Chinoiki clan was the clan active during the Warring States period. The members of this clan possess the Ketsuryagan, a Kekkai Genkai that grants them the ability to manipulate blood or simply liquids with high iron content. The clan was expelled from the land of lightning and was forced to settle in the valley of hell. Years of living so close to one another led to a conflict among its members, and there came a time when the clan went almost extinct. The only living members were Chino and her father and Oyashiro. It is also mentioned in the story that shortly after the death of the Chinoiki clan, the valley of hell was rediscovered by Hidan. He reported this to the officials of his village, who upon investigating the site, declared the Chinoiki as an extinct clan. Hidan's visit to the Valley of Hell brings in a mind-blowing aspect to the missing Otsutsuki theory. The Ketsuryagan is the only dojutsu whose origin is unknown to us, and if we go by the Naruto logic, this dojutsu must have come from an Otsutsuki as well. So what if the Ketsuryagan, the Kekkai Genkai of the Shinoiki, actually originated from Jashin Otsutsuki, who was discovered by the members of this clan when they migrated to the Valley of Hell. I believe the original powers of Jashin were way different than the Ketsuryagan, similar to how Kaguya's Rinne Sharingan and the powers of her son differ from the Kekkai Genkai of their successors. Since 99% of the clan was extinct due to some reasons, we will never know what kind of powers they truly possessed. Either a certain amount of females from the clan had intercourse with Jashin, or there is some other way to inherit the Otsutsuki powers, which explains the Ketsuryagan mystery of the Shinoiki. What I believe is that upon entering the Valley of Hell, Hidan must have met Jashin's spirit, who granted him access to a whole bunch of cursed abilities that are still a mystery till this day. We should not forget that there was a second Jashin follower who appeared in Boruto episode 106, which is an adaptation of the Konoha Shinden novel. This could be taken as a hint that the legacy of Jashin is not over yet, and there are gonna be some humongous reveals soon in the future. Also, the novel is getting adapted into a manga, which I think is kinda unnecessary since it already has an anime adaptation. Also, both the Shinoiki clan and Hidan's abilities have something to do with the manipulation of blood. So is there anything else left to prove that Jashin is the source of Daemon's reflection power? Well, actually yes. First and foremost, Amado using the symbol of Jashin kinda confirms that he has also paid a visit to the Valley of Hell, where he apparently found the source material to modify Daemon. The genius scientist knows a lot about every person that he has met so far in the series, considering the fact that he was able to save himself from dying many times till now, and he even secured a way to have a safe stay at Konoha. No doubt he's a very knowledgeable, rational and intelligent person. He must have gathered information by roaming around the entire shinobi world, and that's how we ended up creating so powerful cyborgs. Also, Daemon's name sounds too similar to demon, and Hidan also looks very demonic when he enters the Jashin form. It's very likely that the reason Hidan's technique requires the manipulation of the blood is because it's not the purest form of Jashin's powers, and the source that Amado used to modify Daemon injects the true potential of the Otsutsuki being into the child's body. Another hint to prove this theory correct is the fact that Shikamaru is shown to share an itchy relationship with Amado, possibly an Easter egg to how he lost his master to Hidan. Also, in chapter 74, there was some limelight given to Shikamaru recognizing Daemon. Like this video if you think that was also an Easter egg. Now let's move on to theorizing Daemon's weakness. If the Jashin and Hidan theory actually proves to be the origin of Daemon's powers, then its weakness must also have something to do with them. Hidan's main weakness is that once he activates the ceremony of death technique, he must remain within the circle of the seal he is using. Once he is removed from the seal, his technique which connects his body to the opponent is sliced off. When Daemon faced Code, Bug revealed that Daemon must be holding someone to activate the ability to reflect attacks. However, Daemon went all out against Code and he was able to get rid of him without even holding someone. But if we try to connect the dots by comparing this flaw of Daemon's power revealed by Bug to the weakness of Hidan, we might end up solving the mystery of the mysterious weakness, as Daemon needs to be in contact with human skin to activate his breathtaking ability, and Hidan inflicting damage on his own skin to torture his enemies enhances the chances of their connection. In my opinion, the only way to defeat Daemon would be to outpower him in speed and make it impossible for him to make contact with another being. One of the ways to outrun Daemon might be possible through Boruto's Jogan, as it apparently grants the user the best ability in accordance to the set of circumstances. Find out more about the Jogan's superpowers in this video.